Hello everyone, Francis Walsh here again with thedigitalmerchant.com, and today we're going to be looking at the best IT documentation software. So let's say you're setting up a new employee on your systems. You need to get them set up with all their access controls. You need to create a Slack account for them. You need to give them access to Google Workspace. You need to give them access to your CRM or to Notion, and you need to do obviously a raft of other things like that as well. That's quite an involved process, and if you're just doing it, if you're having, say, your HR person do that of their own documents every single time, that can lead to inconsistencies and inefficiencies, and particularly as you scale, this can become a big problem. Luckily, there are plenty of tools that can help with this. These are basic documentation tools that allow you to record these processes, standardize them, and reuse them over and over again as new employees join, or also for training for existing employees. There are plenty of different use cases. For this particular video, I'm going to use onboarding kind of as my example. We'll look at all the various factors that go into that and how each of the tools in this video approaches them and executes them. So obviously, again, there are a million different ways we could analyze these tools. I'm going to use 3 evaluation criteria that I'm going to compare each tool on. These criteria are going to be clarity, updates, and cross-team visibility. So essentially, how clear does it make the documentation? How easy is it to make updates? And how easy is it for all of your team to see it and to access it and to use it in a uniform way? And I'm going to look at a few different tools in tandem here, and I'm going to try and be as fair as I can when comparing them across these variables, because obviously they do take different approaches to the documentation process, and they come in at different price points, and they appeal to teams of different natures and different sizes. But I'm going to try to be as fair as I can to each one and to make some recommendations that might suit your business. So the first tool I'm going to look at today is called Guidde, and Guidde is materially different from every other tool on this list because it takes a completely different approach to documentation. Essentially, it's a video first tool, whereas most of the other tools we'll be looking at today are text-based. Essentially, how it works is you download the app, install a browser extension, and once that extension is installed, it will allow you to record processes as you do them. So essentially, you just go in, click record, execute a process as you would normally, and the tool will record your clicks and generate a video presentation based on these. And it will also allow you in the editor to add AI voiceovers and text and all that kind of thing if you want to enrich your tutorial in that way. So this is obviously quite a cutting edge workflow, I suppose. It's not something you'll see from every documentation tool. It's really AI heavy, and it's really making good use of the LLM functionality that's out there at the moment. So I suppose in terms of the 3 criteria we've set out, first of all, clarity. How clear is it? How good is the output in terms of being able to be understood? And in this, obviously, it's a real leader because video is the cutting edge in terms of, usability and user access and all that kind of thing. If someone can see the process set out in front of them as to how they get onboarded and set up their Slack and set up their workspace permissions, that's pretty much the easiest way to do it because it's going to be in front of them as they're doing it themselves. So it's 10 out of 10 on that score. The second criterion then, updates. Now this is quite an important one, I think, and maybe an overlooked one, because if you can't update processes regularly, then they'll become stale quickly, because the reality is that in fast moving workplaces, things change. And so if you've decided to do a process a certain way and then change that process, you want your documentation to reflect that. Guidde is a big winner on this score as well, simply because it's just not that much effort to come along and to just re-record a process again from scratch. You can also edit your Guidde videos, but it probably is just as quick just to redo the process from scratch. It's not like writing a new document or something like that that's more labor intensive. You can output new videos pretty quickly and pretty easily, so it also scores really strongly on this one. And thirdly then, cross-team visibility. How accessible is it across larger teams? So this essentially is about the tool and how easy it is to navigate. And to be honest, I think Guidde does a pretty solid job here too. Its database is well laid out. It's easy for new teams to get set up on the platform and to start using videos. So I think it performs really well here as well. And so overall, I think Guidde is doing really exciting things. I think it is at the cutting edge of IT documentation. And I'm just really positive about everything it's doing. And I think, and particularly for smaller teams, small to medium sized teams, I think it really is providing a great service, and it's definitely worth a look. So next we're going to be looking at a tool that's much more traditional, and that's Atlassian Confluence. Now Atlassian obviously is a much bigger company than just Confluence. It has a lot of different tools in the workplace management space. One you might be familiar with is Trello. And I suppose if you are familiar with Trello, you'll probably be familiar with how Confluence works. It's that kind of page and space type tool where you create pages and put them into different kind of architectures. And so it is, again, much more the archetypal solution for IT documentation. And it can work quite well. It does that traditional structure well, and it's quite accessible and is user friendly. And I do like its kind of score on the clarity heading. I do think it makes things quite clear. You obviously have your heading, content, structure, and it makes things easy to navigate. It also scores well on cross-team visibility because its structure is quite user-friendly, and there's a lot of color coding involved, and it's quite good at creating structures that separate things out under various headings. So say, to use the onboarding example, it's quite easy to separate your Slack setup from your Google Drive setup, from your permissions access, and from all that kind of thing. Where it falls down really is updates. Because it's a traditional solution, creating updates is just a much more manual process. It's not like recording a new video. You're going to have to track down the relevant document to update and then type it in manually and do the updates and all that kind of thing. So it's just not as user friendly in that way for the creator as, say, something like Guidde. And when if your team isn't scaling that quickly, this might not be a problem. But as teams get bigger at pace and a lot of changes are happening in a dynamic environment, this kind of content can get stale quickly, and that's my biggest concern with Confluence. I just think it does tend to lead to a lot of outdated tutorials, and if your base of tutorials isn't reliable, then people will stop relying on it. And so that is my big gripe here. I just think that is going to happen with teams, and it's going to reduce the value you're going to get from this tool. So the next tool we're looking at is Notion, and Notion is more of a generalist tool. It's not just for documentation, it's also for process management and updates and task listing and all that kind of thing as well. It does do a decent job of process documentation, but it's not as heavyweight and focused a solution as the others we've looked at here. If you're a smaller operation, I think it scores well across our assessment criteria. As you can see here on the homepage, it uses that kind of Trello-esque drag and drop spaces approach to this function, which is great if you've got a limited number of process documents that need to be done and need to be accessed. Where this really falls down is when teams start to scale and things get more complicated. So that's going to affect its updatability and also its cross-team visibility. It gets a little bit messy, I think, when things get complex, and it gets more and more difficult for teams to keep on top of things. So stuff will get outdated. It'll get more difficult to find. If you've got, a lot of, we'll say, topics and then subtopics, and you need to create individual tutorials within all of these, it can just get very messy. So for a team that's just starting out or that don't have particularly demanding process documentation needs, I think it can work. But for anything more complex than that, I think a more scalable tool would be preferable. And the other thing I would just say on that note is that Notion's free tier is actually pretty limited. So if you are a team that's starting out, you might want to dip your toe into a tool with a free subscription. You're not going to get that here. So the one use case really I think that Notion works well for is if you need a more generalist workplace management tool. I think then it'll do process documentation as part of that quite efficiently. But if you're looking for a proper heavyweight solution to help with your process documentation, I don't think Notion is the one. And next we're going to be looking at Gitbook. Now Gitbook is probably the specialist option on this list. It's really for technical teams. So if you're in development or software testing or coding or any of those kind of fields, Gitbook probably is definitely worth looking at because it does offer some specialist features that the others don't. I suppose crucially, they sync with GitHub or GitLab. So this means you can kind of create code and document the code as you go. And so if you're doing a lot of this kind of thing, it can be very efficient to do it in that way. So I suppose if we look at our assessment criteria, in terms of clarity, if you're dealing with technical content like code, it's really handy to have something like this where it's native, so it can make that kind of thing clear. And that's, I suppose, where you'll really see the difference between Gitbook and something like Confluence, because it's just really geared towards that use case. In terms of updatability then, I suppose it's not as quick as something like Guidde, but at the same time, because you're probably dealing with more technical content, you're going to want to invest a bit of time in keeping things current anyway. So, you know, it does a decently good job of the kind of content that it's working with. And then in terms of cross-team visibility, it does do a pretty good job here, and particularly because obviously it's, you know, docs as code, it's, you know, it's at the cold face, it's showing people what they need to see right as they need to see it. And you can see right here on the homepage, you know, with the way it's all structured, it is pretty heavyweight. It does do a good job of laying things out in, you know, a sensible kind of a format. And so yeah, I suppose really in summation with Gitbook, it is just a specialist tool. If you're running a coding operation and you need to get coding operations kind of documented, then this is probably the way to go. If it's for something more lightweight like employee onboarding, it's just not designed for that really. You'd be better off going with something that is better suited to that use case. And so in summation then, I suppose I have already picked my winner. It's going to be Guidde for the kind of the criteria that we looked at. I think in terms of clarity, first of all, you can't beat video. It's just way better than text documents. In terms of updatability, because you can just click record again and re-record your process, it's pretty solid there too. Like obviously you can just edit text documents, but that is just that little bit more labor intensive and just requires that little bit more brain power on the part of the creator. And in terms of cross-team visibility then, I think the tool is fluid enough that it does a good job of keeping everyone in the loop, and it does scale nicely with your team as your team scales as well. So yeah, like now the other thing I suppose I should say before I sign off is that it is context dependent, and I did get into this with Gitbook a little bit. You know, if you've got a team that would really benefit from a specific type of process documentation, whether it's heavier stuff like code or something like that, then it is worth looking for something like Gitbook that will cater to that need. But for the kind of the standard IT process documentation tools, I just think Guidde is really at the cutting edge. I think it's just a better option than a text generator at this point in 2026 when you've got so much AI on the market. And yeah, my ultimate recommendation is Guidde. But that's all from me on this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.